but I recognize those tits from my For You page. They like, and I had started to notice it before.
Wait, so you're saying we should create tit bouncing videos?
No, what I'm saying is,
welcome to MKUSUAL Live. Oh yeah, day late. It's okay.
day late, $1 short.
Always on time.
Speaking of $1 short, TikTok owes you some money, I think.
No. I was just watching this video where Flesh Simulator's talking about how he got shadow banned on TikTok, and I've been experiencing something pretty weird that I want to tell the story. I think it's kind of an interesting story. So
Before we get into that, though,
yes,
like and subscribe
yes,
so that we will also get shadow banned.
we had a big.
I'm sure his shadow ban had nothing to do with the content he makes. Like how to create.
He claims not. We had a big subscriber week last week. We lost one subscriber.
Oh, damn.
It was a big week.
We have been shadow banned.
No, but so TikTok. Okay, if you're not familiar, you're familiar. Okay, so I started this comedy TikTok pretty late. I refused to use TikTok for like years.
I still don't have one.
Good for you.
I refuse also.
We have one for this channel where we post our comedy stuff. If you're on TikTok, go follow us there. Follow us on Instagram. It's just called MKUSUAL, I believe, comedy. Somebody took the name on TikTok. Okay, so I got in late. I started a channel in like 2022, late 2022. I gave in. I made a couple videos. I think my first one, the very first one, oh, that one didn't do too well. But, okay. When I started getting serious about it, would have been like 2023. I started posting more often. And I'd say in general, like these, like at least once or twice a week, I get like 1,000 something on a video. Okay. 10,000, yeah, one of my first ones on TikTok. Okay, so the week after I had this little skit about inflation, I was posting just comedy stuff. The week after I got a 10K video, I got a bunch of subscribers. I was like still in like the 300 range. And this is like all the growth I ever had on TikTok. So we're talking like mid 2023. I shot up to around 350 subscribers. It has been there to this day, despite me posting, I would say at least 100 some videos. And that's all because of one video I did, which is currently sitting at about 140,000. It'll probably be at 200,000 by the end of the week. I'll tell you the story. First, I'm going to show the video. What is loitering? I know what soliciting and trespassing are. What is loitering? Trespassing, it's like you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. Loitering is like you're trying to decide if you want to be somewhere that maybe you're supposed to be. It's like a potential crime. Like you could just be loitering and not even know it. Hey, fuck face, you're loitering. What is loitering? All right.
Okay.
140,000 views. Oh yeah, my first one ever got like 5,500. Okay. I knew I did better than that when I first started. Okay. Here's the issue. A lot of people talk about getting stuck in this like 200, 300 view jail. I've been in this like 300 view jail for a while. It doesn't matter what I post, it doesn't matter what kind of content. It's going to average around 300. Recently, it's gotten way worse. And I'm averaging around 100.
Okay.
Now I'm in the hundreds, so it's gotten worse. Okay, now what's happening? The weird thing about this, okay, so you could just say, well, you make shit that sucks. Okay, that's possible. That's totally possible. But I want to get to the bottom of this. At some point, you can't control how many people they show something to.
Right.
Okay. So, for instance, I want to go to the MKUSUAL TikTok.
Not without violence.
Right. In case you don't do a lot of short form, you don't watch a lot of short form stuff, people aren't out there usually looking for short form content.
Yeah.
It's shown to a certain number of people.
I've never seen a video and then gone and tried to find others exactly like it.
Not using a search function.
Right.
That's why people talk about the
looking.
algorithm, etc.
Yeah.
All right. So by contrast, the MKUSUAL page. So here's a good example. We'll post something last week, 570, 820, 890, 850, over 1,000. There's 100. There's a 330.
The Women's Day video.
Yeah, Women's Day video actually got nothing. But here's the thing.
A lot of women on TikTok.
Every once in a while, Nick, you'll get something like this. And this is a video with 7 views, which means, and I know as a matter of fact, I probably watched it from my personal account because I was tagging myself at this stage. I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
So this was shown to 5 people. So you can't, there's no way to control a video success if it's going to show it to 5 people. Does that make sense? Does my theory make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. It also got 2 likes. So that's 40% of the people who saw it liked it. But okay. So let's get back to this loitering thing. This video has destroyed. This has destroyed any reason for me to use this platform in my personal capacity. Because here's what happens. Every time I post something new, it could be a stand-up clip, it could be a sketch, it could be a duet, it could be a little song. What happens is they show that new thing to about 100 people. Doesn't matter if 20, 30 people like it, which is like an amazing like rate. Then they show the loitering video to about 5,000 people.
This is saying here that TikTok has 1.5 billion users active on a monthly basis. Per month, 1.5 billion people could see your video.
And this is not right. And this is not about. This is not me saying, "Oh, I should be rich and famous on TikTok." This is me. I want to look at what the algorithm does to people. 1.5 billion. That shocks me. It's like Facebook numbers. So we can all agree that if your video is seen by 7 people, that means they've stopped showing it to people. They just refuse to show it to somebody.
Well, I just say this because there were 1.5 billion other people to show your video to.
Yeah.
So,
and there should be a limit. Like, my theory, I feel like I'm a logical person. I feel like based on your subscriber count, there should be some limit of people they show it to before you have to, one, rely on people sharing it, or maybe you show it to more people if it has a really good view to like ratio. Like if you show it to 100 people and 20 people like it, that's 1 out of every 5. That's really good. On TikTok, like 2 to 5% is like really good. Like if you get 10% of people liking something, you should be showing that to more people because that's an indicator that it's good. Loitering video has a view to like ratio of like less than 1%, has only 11 comments. I'm not sure anyone has ever shared it. It's just like this shitty video. It's one of my worst things I ever created. And here's how I know there's fuckery afoot. I'll get discouraged and I'll stop using the app for like 6 months. During that time, loitering video, nothing. Like I remember at one point for like 6 to 9 months, it just sat in the stasis of like 60,000 views.
okay.
It just sat there, so it's not showing it to anyone. Then I'll think I have a funny idea or I want to get back into video creation, blah, blah, blah. So I'll hop back on the freaking app. I'll make 4 or 5 new things. And those things will get 100 views. And then out of the blue, loitering. I think in the last couple of weeks alone, I've been posting stuff again because I've been like running our page. So I've been like, I want to post my own stuff. So I made, in the last few weeks, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 original things. Probably a combined like 900 views, 1,000 maybe. They have shown the loitering video, which is like 20 months old, to an additional 70,000 people. I exist. Okay, so I go to ChatGPT. I start Googling. I go to Reddit.
This is like an anomalous thing that happened. Like,
well, it's almost as if every time I touch the app, it says, "Oh, he's back."
yeah.
And then starts showing people the loitering video, which is like super old, has a bad like ratio. This is anomalous. It's like if I post something new, it only exists to serve loitering. Okay. We'll get into some deeper issues here. So I go to ChatGPT, I go to Reddit, I start looking at this. Essentially what's happened is I'm in some kind of algorithmic black hole. This video is a black hole. And what it does is, sorry, go ahead.
Well, so it seems like some kind of feedback loop that you got stuck in.
Yes.
Or this video got stuck in.
Yes. It's created a feedback loop where my channel is so strongly tied. This isn't even viral, dude. 140,000 is not viral.
Right.
It's okay. And the metrics are not good on it. What happens is it so closely identifies me with this video. I post a stand-up clip, it gets 300 views, but then they show the loitering to 5,000 more people. It's like my channel only exists to feed the loitering video. And apparently this is the thing the algorithm will do. This video probably did like slightly better than average. And then it just is like, oh, well, this is the best thing. But it's a robot, so it doesn't know what's good or bad. And so it literally, there's nothing I can do. Well, I asked ChatGPT, it had some ideas. There's no way for me to get out of this hole. There's nothing I can do. I can create the greatest video ever. It will show it to 200 people. It could have 200 likes, 200 favorites, and then I'll wake up the next day and there are days I wake up and I have thousands of notifications. It's all about this. It's all about this fucking loitering video. I was explaining this to a friend the other night who came over, and by the time she left, I had like thousands of notifications. Oh, here, that's unlogged in as us. Let me go to me. Oh, right now. Okay, so right now I just got a new notification. I wonder what it's about. And for those of you who go through my page, yes, I did pin the video, but there we go. Look at this. I'll just screenshot. This is what I wake up to every day.
It sounds depressing.
It has to be a video with a freaking brick wall. But you know what? I wouldn't even be mad if it was good. If it was good and it represented my comedy and how I create things, I wouldn't. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I just like we've talked about this, but like something I just thought of is like you used to be a lawyer, and it is kind of a law question. And maybe it knows this about you.
That's where we'll get
So
it. Yeah, let's get into that. Okay, let's get into that because that's one of my theories.
Okay, I just never put that together.
One of my theories.
Well, you're still a lawyer.
If you have theories, drop them below. I believe these algorithms know way more about us than they should. And this was confirmed in my readings. So, for instance, another anomalous thing, 386 followers on TikTok, okay? Do you want to guess how many Instagram followers I have? And I've been stuck at forever. Every time I gain one, I lose one.
307.
So 386 for TikTok. I have 383. Sometimes it'll go up to 385. It's always within 1% of each other. And it's been that way since this loitering thing began. And apparently, I did not know this. Apparently these algorithms can talk to each other. They can like recognize, because if you ever do cross posting or stuff like that. So I believe this black hole is affecting my Instagram.
Okay.
It's like this dead weight. Okay, now the lawyer question. Okay, who owns Instagram? Meta.
Yes.
I've had a Facebook since I was 18.
Yeah.
The year it came out, okay, it knows what school I went to. It knows what jobs I've had. It knows my age. So, for instance, on Instagram, I don't know if you ever noticed this. I don't know, maybe you do, but okay. And if you're like around our age, if you're a guy, confirm or deny, you go on Instagram.
It just wants me to goon.
Dude, yes.
That's all it wants me to do.
Exactly what I was going to say. So,
sometimes I do find a video and it's like, learn how to tie a knot to like a trucker's hitch knot to like secure something down. And then I'll go to the guy's page and I'll go see who he follows, because he probably follows similar stuff. And then go back to my For You page. That's all I did on Instagram that day, is learn how to tie a knot. And then the tits just got bigger on my For You page.
yes.
That's all that happened. They're like, we didn't get him with the double D's.
I get specific women. Okay, all I do on Instagram,
It works, but
it doesn't work. See, it pisses me off because when you start a new Instagram, a lot of the suggested stuff is chicks bouncing their tits. Mm-hmm. That's the whole video.
yeah, some asses.
I'm fairly new to using these things, so when I got on, I like specifically avoided that shit because I didn't want it. I wanted my algorithm to be something particular.
Yes.
I wanted to be associated with comedy,
Oh, I tried.
interesting conspiracy stuff, dude. That's all I look at. But if you ever go to the suggested page, dude, it doesn't matter. They just want you to look at tits. I'm gonna go right now. How do you get there? It's the search thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
Is she actually naked?
What?
top one?
Which one? Oh, I think it's a guy.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Now it thinks I'm gay. Okay, there's a butt.
She was actually naked.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not clicking on any of this, but so it knows you.
Right.
It knows you're like a 40-year-old dude, and it's like, no.
It knows my will is weak.
You're not in the demographic to create things. You are in the demographic to look at tits. You exist to serve the tits. And on TikTok, I exist to serve loitering. So I asked ChatGPT. I said, okay, so what's going on here? It's an algorithmic thing. These things are talking to each other. They know way more about you than you think they know. Is it the lawyer thing? That's possible.
You asked ChatGPT that?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It said it's possible. It thinks it's more likely that this is some sort of self-feeding mistake. I said, what if I delete the video? It said it will just probably throw me into a permanent black hole with no outlet. It said I could create a new channel where I hide my identity for a while. Don't use the same phone number. Don't let it know it's you.
You have to buy a burner phone to start a new TikTok.
Okay. Here's the other idea, which I'm going to do. And I'm going to document my progress. In a few weeks, I will come back to this show. It said lean fully into the loitering thing. Because,
like, did it say loitering specifically, or like videos like it? First of all, big takeaway. These algorithms are like
stupid,
conforming to each other. Also, there's not like,
dude. I think the follower count thing, it confirms to me that they put a market value on it and they communicate.
That's bizarre. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but it's also like.
And I've noticed also
very weird.
Yeah, it is freaking weird. I've noticed also that certain videos, if one randomly does well, the other platform will somehow mirror how well it's doing. Like,
so it's okay. It's even down to like.
If one breaks out, well, okay, let me say this for our channel. Okay, for our channel, for MKUSUAL on YouTube, we have about 74, 75 subscribers. Okay, what do we have on Rumble? On Rumble, well, it's actually up to 81, but they track each other. This tells me what's going to happen is we're going to get I predict we'll get about 5 or 6 subscribers this week on YouTube because these two apps match each other, as does TikTok and Instagram. I'm trying to look now because there's like one particular video where it was doing really well on one and not on the other. And then out of the freaking blue, the view counts like almost exactly match. Let's see here. If I click on this, will it tell me? No, but anyway, you got to take my word for it. So yes, I'm being schizo this week. So here's the thing. I got to lean into loitering. So here's how I'm going to start. I'm going to drive back down there tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm going to that sign. I know where it's at. And I'm going to...
It's pinned on your Google Maps.
I know. Well, step 1, when ChatGPT told me this is happening, I pinned it on my page. It was buried. It's not like people were coming to my page and it's the first thing they saw. I went ahead and I just pinned it because that's step 1. I'm leaning into it. So I'm going back to this loitering sign. I'm going to start responding to comments that people left on the video standing in front of the loitering sign. Then I'm going to make videos about how my account is literally loitering.
Okay, meta.
I'm going to make meta content of all the topics, dude. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't... If this was a random stand-up set, I wouldn't be conspiratorial. I'd be like, okay, that's just the best joke I ever told. I'd be like, that's just objectively the best joke I ever told. It doesn't matter what I feel. It matters what the audience feels. It has to be this freaking boring ass. Anyway, that's my rant. I guess we could just talk about algorithms in general. Oh, this is the other thing. One of my friends had the idea to just start making outrage content. So I will be sitting in my car. I don't have kids, but I decided I'm going to start sitting in my car wearing those construction worker sunglasses. You know those guys?
Yep.
And I'm going to talk about how I avoid child support and why I don't pay child support.
You'd never once paid child support.
No, I'm going to say things like, if I had boys, maybe I'd pay because boys have hobbies and girls don't. I'm going to say things like...
Okay.
I'm just going to make shit like that. See if I can outrage my way out of this. I don't want to be that guy. But I also don't want to make 300 comedy videos and be stuck at 385 followers for years now. Years. Anyway.
So how does this make you feel?
Hopeless. It makes me feel hopeless because, look, the whole reason, okay, you get into a creative endeavor, you're trying to make a career out of something, you have to believe that, like, the better you get at it, there's this, maybe it's delusional. The better you get at it,
go on.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. I was gonna say there's some like meritocracy to it.
Yes.
Like if you write good songs, you get to play shows because people like them because they're good and like they buy your album.
This feels like practicing the guitar, getting better and better, writing better songs, rehearsing more, and then every time you send your demo tape to like a bar or a nightclub,
they're like, no loitering songs on here. I noticed.
They're like, no, we only want to hear. So, I mean, that raises the question, like, do people who are like one-hit wonders like feel this way? See, I think this is different, though. I think this is a mathematical... I don't think this is like a one-hit wonder type situation. I think this is a math problem.
So,
but yeah, it makes me feel absolutely hopeless, dude, because it makes me feel like, why should I spend more time and effort and energy and creativity and buy better equipment and do this and do that if it's just if everything I make is gonna point towards loitering?
Because like the apps are like venues in this metaphor, and if this is one of the biggest venues,
And apparently the two venues talk,
yeah,
is what I'm getting at.
so
with
it's
this.
like not actually different venue. It's like if all the theaters in town, even like T-Mobile Center, was talking to the Uptown Theater, like a 2,000 person venue. And they're like, well, he doesn't want to do the loitering songs, so
It makes me.
like you could be selling out the T-Mobile Center if
All I'm asking
Well,
is
I don't
for a
know.
shot.
yeah.
Show my shit to 300 people. And then if it does good with those 300 people, show it to more. That's what it's supposed to be. Don't show the loitering video every freaking time.
The other thing
It's
is like,
cannibalizing everything.
if it knows this much about you, it should know exactly who to show it to.
That's a whole, yeah. And I do think there's a meritocracy involved to some extent. I mean, there's so much AI slop, you know, like, this makes me feel
True.
okay, I've said it before. When something's free, you are the product. So I fully understand on social media, on these creative platforms, you are a product. And they're going to assign a value to you, and they're going to assign. So this makes me feel like the Instagram always showing me tits. It makes me feel like dehumanized, if that makes sense in some way.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what about my actions on your platform? Now, if I was sitting there watching tits all the time, okay, show me more tits. All right. Like, there was a week I made a TikTok about it. It got 100 views. There was a week where my For You was like 90% Chick-fil-A girl. Apparently she has a TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel like they have defined. So it's like, I come to your platform, you know everything about my activity, you know everything about my comments, you know what I click on, you know what I like. You know that I like limited subjects. I like cultural stuff, religious stuff, conspiracy stuff, spooky stuff, comedy. All my friends are comedians. My other page posts conspiracy and comedy stuff, MKUSUAL. You know all this about me, but then you're still like, for years on end, you're like tits, 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 ass, 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 tits, tits, tits. It makes me feel like, why am I using your product? Because you're not giving, you have all the information about me. And instead of giving that content a shot, you're just like, no, you exist to look at tits. And that's how you're valuable to us.
You should be able to trade your time. Like, I'll watch 1 hour of the biggest yonkers you've got, but in exchange, you show my comedy videos to comedy people.
I guess this is, I'm going to keep going. But the TikTok thing is the most frustrating because it's like, dude, this is literally like some kind of mathematical error.
I'm gonna create a TikTok page and only do loitering content. Also,
Damn it, my competition. It drives me. I mean, what's your? And I'm not saying, oh, I'm being individually suppressed, but
I think from what I understand, from everything you've said and like explained, it just sounds like a defect in the code that for some reason that it's just like the only thing I can think of is feedback loop or like
it is. That's how ChatGPT described it to me, was a feedback
okay.
loop.
I mean, that's just what it feels like. It just like it's like man, I can't even like I'm frustrated for you because it's like I don't know, part of me though is like kind of detached from this because I almost never think about like if I have a photography page. If I post a photo and it does well, the only metric I'm using to determine if I feel like it did well is if other photographers liked that video. If my friends and family like it, they're just liking it probably because they know me. It might be a okay photo, but if I another photo or if I get a comment from another page and I go look at their photos and they're good, I'm like, okay, this guy can like appreciate a good photo and he said he liked it. then I've done good. But that was one like.
Does that
Like,
at
I don't
all-
know. So, like, part of me is like, I have a different view on success on these things. But
I'm actually completely. Again, I don't feel owed anything.
but I also would like to make a living being creative, and this is a venue for that. And if now I have to like all these things have to be considered.
Yes, I agree, and I want to state this for the record because I know this just sounds like I'm bitching about like, oh, nobody likes me. It's not about that.
Yeah.
I would be okay forever not making any money off this. I would be okay forever dumping my shit into like a 300 of my friends see it and that's it. Okay?
You'd be like
That'd be disappointing.
you could be like Dave Matthews over the Chicago River.
Yeah. That would be disappointing, but I would still do it. What makes me want to quit is this algorithmic stuff where it's like the tits thing makes me want to quit. Because that tells me there might be there's as long as there's not a motive. If I can just be like, nope, I got to keep making better stuff. I got to get better at this. I got to blah, 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 blah. And that's the way it sees me is like not good enough. If it just sees me as not good enough, I'm okay with that. Because I am smart. I know how to get better. I will learn. I'll work harder. It's being years in and it's like, here's some ass, dude. It's like, if that's what you think I want to see, if you're not even paying it, if you're not even looking at what I'm doing or taking it serious, then that to me makes me that feels like a motive.
Here's something I noticed. A friend sent me this video. Well, actually, they posted it, and they made a joke like me showing back up to the mic after months of being absent, and it was a guy with like silicone fake breasts, and they're huge, and they had big nipples, and the guy is like a model, and it's like that was the show. It's like, distorting people's perspectives on gender and blah 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 blah. But I recognize those tits from my For You page. They and I had started to notice it before.
Wait, so you're saying we should create tit bouncing videos?
No, what I'm saying is I think that somewhere you can buy these tits. It's like a thing you put over. It's like a shirt you wear with like big fake tits. But I had seen so many women posting videos, and it's like they never show cleavage. Mm-hmm. It's just a tight shirt.
You think they're just wearing fake?
I think they all have bought the same tits.
We're going down the rabbit hole.
And this guy, I think, had bought them from the whatever the fashion designer was. And it's like women who don't have quadruple Fs can buy these and do like, I'm cooking dinner video, or I'm like brushing my teeth and like her tits are jiggling.
That's the other thing is it's very disheartening to compete with that. It would feel like if you were doing like a serious news, like let's say you just wanted to make one video a day where you talk about the news, but the only place you were allowed to post is Pornhub.
Yeah.
And somebody has to scroll past 1,000 porn videos to get to your... I just wanted to vent. I'm going to keep making stuff. I'm going to get better. Probably get a new camera. We're looking at the fake tits Amazon page right now.
If I saw them, I could tell you which ones they were.
I feel like I've definitely seen these ones.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We're going to do
now I got to
research.
screenshot this so the people can see what we're looking at.
Well, this will get us in the right algorithm.
Hey, you're right.
We just need to put 1 second of this at the beginning of all our videos.
Well, that format...
Trick the algorithm.
Here's the other thing. There's plenty of older guys, or like not conventionally attractive guys, who kind of do that.
Right.
There's this whole format of video where it's somebody like, what would you pay for a night with me? And then it cuts to this guy and he's like, nope, no thank you. Hey, look, did you know that the Vikings conquered more countries than
Yeah.
It's like a whole the people have adapted, which is to me is so disappointing because
But
it's
again,
like,
that's like the feedback loop. It's reinforcing.
yes,
But that's the only way to.
it's so disappointing because it's like then all of your stuff is tagged by these other rando sluts. It's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like how on TikTok a lot of the videos it will show a person doing something interesting, and then next to it will be like somebody playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is so disappointing that because it means that like, it'd be like, imagine if all the famous viral stuff from like our adolescence and our childhood, like you know, I don't know, what was it? Who's a Homestar Runner?
Yeah.
It'd be like if every Homestar Runner was half the screen was the cartoon and the other half was like some chick shaking her ass. And that was just like the only way that Homestar Runner could exist is to be attached. Or half the screen was some random video of somebody playing Mario.
Ugh. This is saying upwards of up to 30% of the internet is just porn.
That makes sense. Can you ask it what percentage of like Instagram is like soft porn or like thirst trap content? Dude.
I'll probably say it's hard to pin down.
That makes sense. Somebody's had to have studied this. Some professor was having this exact conversation with a friend and like...
I was just saying likeliness. A 2019 analysis by 4Loco examined over 60,000 Instagram images across 50 U.S. cities. Study revealed that in Miami, 36 out of every 1,000 photos qualified as thirst traps. 3%.
That shocks me. But that's just photos.
Right.
Talk about real content, dude.
Yeah.
Let me go to my oh, that's anyway. Well, I don't know. I'm done bitching. Now I'm tired. I've like worn myself out.
It's okay. This is interesting. Well, Dennis will report back.
I'll report back on my going down the loitering rabbit hole.
Then you can get arrested for loitering, and then you can create auditing content about auditing the police with big fake tits on.
I'm not saying it's not a meritocracy. To some extent. I don't know.
Well, like and subscribe
Like and subscribe.
to Dennis's TikTok.
No. It's a black hole. Just this page. Find our Instagram.
It's MKUSUAL.
On everything.
You'll find us.
We love you.
We love you.